Stupid questions will no longer be answered here. A Dishwater Ramble by Terry Lloyd. Want to hear a fun fact about me? There's usually a soundtrack to my dreams. Last night's soundtrack was the Steel Pulse album, True Democracy. I woke up to the song Lego Beast playing in my head. It'll be in my phonological loop for the rest of the day. That means it's one of those earworm things. I don't mind. I love reggae, and I really love Steel Pulse. My dream was centered on the representation of the old church Jeff and I lived in back in the early 1990s. In the dream, we are on the top floor instead of the basement loft we actually occupied. The dream loft was well lit, and it had a very leaky roof. Rain was coming into the space like tap water spigots on full. Water was also pouring through the window sashes out into the street below. Representatives at the property management company were there with clipboards. They were stern, exacting women, and they weren't answering my questions. There was no art on the walls, no art supplies, nothing that would indicate it was my space. Probably because it was a dream, and dreams represent something else entirely. But if I were to take a gander at the meaning of the dream, I'd say it had something to do with my unconventional lifestyle. The water seemed more like a representation of how my creativity flows. And you can't stop the rain, baby. The stern women with clipboards are probably gatekeepers. The fact that there was no art on the walls, nor art supplies, specifically my art and my supplies, tells me that I belong somewhere else. This place is not for me. As for the song Lego Beast, it is about a woman who cheats on her spouse. A reggae warning about all that glitters is not gold, and there are consequences for actions. In other words, know thyself. When I wake up most mornings, I know who I am. I know who I am not. I know who I want to spend my time with, and why. Time is the most valuable commodity. Why on earth would I want to spend any of my time with people that don't like me, or that I don't like? Why do people insist upon this, knowing it creates a huge burden of stress all the way around? There is nothing anywhere that says I have to spend my time this way. So I don't. No, I won't. Observation. There are two types of women in my life. The first group are those who take no shit and give no fucks. They know exactly who they are and make no apologies for their authenticity. These are the women that carry coins in their handbags just in case the opportunity to help another arises. They make sandwiches for the hungry without being asked, and everyone calls them auntie because they are. They do what they do without the applause of social media or peer approval. It's just how they are wired. The other group are on a team called Be the Bigger Person. For some reason unbeknownst to me, they are enablers of shitty behavior and shitty people. Their game goes like this. A friend is harmed by another's action. Doesn't matter the offense, it's big enough to fracture the friendship. The one who is hurt will have to answer the following riddle in order to remain on the team. We can all still hang out and act like adults, right? They want you to say yes. The correct answer is no. Years ago, around the age of 50, I can't believe I'm old enough to say that, I was toying around with the self-portrait concept. I had pulled some old photos of younger me out of the archives. A friend saw my high school graduation photo among the pile of images and picked it up. She asked, "Who is this?" "It's me," I said. Like viewing an accident photo, she asked, "What happened?" I looked her straight in the eye and said, "Life." There's a painting of mine abstracted from a photo titled, "The Reluctant Monk Prepares Her Mother's Ashes." My friend who took the photo said at the time that I looked like a monk as I prepared to send my mother's ashes downstream into an alpine lake. Some 30 years later, I decided to paint the scene. A more recent friend asked me who it was in the painting. I said, "It's me." The friend said, "No, I mean, who is the monk in the painting?" Again, I said, "It is me." I went on. "I was thin when I was young. Maybe you're confused because I'm old and fat now?" Some lines of questioning need to be shut down before there are casualties. Remember when teachers would tell you that there were no stupid questions? Kids don't ask stupid questions. They ask questions from where they are, and they aren't afraid to get creative with their thinking and line of questioning. Sadly, by the time they are 10, the institutions have brainwashed every last divergent synaptic firing out of them. Shortly thereafter, they become teenagers, and then everything gets really stupid, forevermore. I wish kids would interview me. There is a longing for the surprise of a thoughtful and engaging question. What inspires you? Not this question. When did you know you were an artist? When I painted my bedroom walls like cave art with the shit in my diaper. What else you got? Stupid questions are lazy questions, and lazy questions are annoying and lack curiosity. These questions deserve not to be answered. I'm sorry, what was the question?